So, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Okay. Yesterday, we have studied the electronics into a particular level. So, after that, I told that I'm going to stop that because that is reducing the syllabus. So, studying is good for the knowledge. But in your case, you will think why we want to study. There is not in the exam. So, because of that, I stopped. In future, if they ask to concentrate again, then we will do that again. Because we can't believe our government's decision. Day by day, it is changing, like alternating current. Then we'll go to the next section. They are fully in the syllabus. Electrochemistry, 12th unit. So unit number 12, electrochemistry. So write the heading electrochemistry. In this, we are going to see electrochemical cells. Electrochemical cells. So electrochemical cells means some units are there, they consist chemicals. By the reaction of the chemicals, they are producing the current. Those are called electrochemical cells. At the beginning, there was a person called Luigi Galvani. Luigi Galvani got this idea, but he didn't make these types of cells. After around 100 years of Luigi Galvani, there was another person called Volta, Alexander Volta. Alexander Volta was the first person who practically prepared a cell to produce the current. After that only the cells were developed. Now we are using several types of cells. You can see dry cell we are using in remote control for the wall clock and all. That is called dry cell. In phone you are using a cell. So that is called alkaline cell. Phone cell. Collection of the cell only called battery. Vehicle battery. Collection of a cell. Emergency charge light having a battery. Toy cars are having battery. Camera battery. Battery means number of cells are connected in that. So like that many chemical cells are there connected to our day-to-day life. So we'll see how do these cells generates the current. So write electrochemical cells. The unit which produce electricity by the chemical reactions. Chemical reactions is called cells, cell. Example, dry cell, phone cell, battery. These are cells. You can write and keep. This was introduced first by Alexander Volta. His name is not there in the book, but because of him only, nowadays you are using the phone. You are using the laptop, computer, all are having cells. Alexander Volta. There's a type of battery in the name of Volta also. Then electricity. Electricity means flow of the charges. Flow of the charges only considered as electricity. Then in the electric wires in your home, electrons are flowing. Because of that only you are getting the current. Then we'll see how do these cells do that work. We'll do an activity. We take little amount of hydrochloric acid. Diluted sulfuric acid. We'll take sulfuric acid. Normally sulfuric acid only we are using in the cells. Acid cell mix. We'll take little amount of sulfuric acid, diluted sulfuric acid. And we'll keep a zinc rod into this. A rod made up of zinc. Zinc rod or zinc strip. Then when you keep this in the diluted sulfuric acid, zinc is made up of zinc atoms. So there are zinc atoms in the zinc. When we keep in sulfuric acid, those zinc atoms are having the ability to give out 2 electrons into each zinc atom, having the ability to give out 2 electrons into the zinc rod and jumping into the solution. Zinc is leaving 2 electrons into the rod and jumping into the solution. When the zinc atom give out 2 electrons, electron is the negative charge. Electron is a negative charge. When somebody accepts the electron, they are getting minus. When somebody loses the electron, they are getting plus. For 1 electron, 1 plus. 2 electron means 2 plus. Zinc is losing 2 electrons. Because of that, zinc becomes zinc 2 plus. That means zinc is becoming zinc ion, cation, positive ion. Then the 2 electrons. So zinc becomes into zinc 2 plus and 2 electrons. So this reaction is occurring in the zinc rod. Every zinc atom start to put 2 electrons into the zinc rod and jumping into the solution as zinc 2 plus zinc ion. Then the number of electron increases in this. Electron concentration increases. Then our sulfuric acid is there. Diluted sulfuric acid, H2SO4. The sulfuric acid breaks into two. Here hydrogen and sulfate is there. Hydrogen becomes into H plus, sulfate becomes into SO4 2 minus. Plus and minus only joining and forming the molecule. Then this breaks into two, H plus and SO4 2 minus. Here 2H are there, because of that that produce 2H plus. 2H plus. H plus means it lost one electron and becoming H plus. So hydrogen has only one electron. If it loses that electron, there is no electron. In H plus, no electron. But here more electrons are there. Because of that, each H plus come closer to this and taking the electron from this. Each H plus take the electron from this. Then what is happening? Our H plus is taking the electron and becomes into H. Electron is a negative. That negative is getting cancelled with this positive. Then H plus take one electron and becomes into H. 2H plus are there, no? Then 2H plus takes two electrons and becomes into H2, hydrogen gas. Then there will be hydrogen gas bubbles in this. Hydrogen gas bubbles in this. Just I am taking sulfuric acid and keeping a zinc rod into this. Then two chemical reactions are occurring. One is the zinc put two electrons into this and jumping into the solution as zinc plus. Another one is the hydrogen formed in the sulfuric acid takes two electrons from this and becoming into hydrogen gas. Right? Hydrogen gas. These two chemical reactions are occurring. This is not a reaction, this is the decomposition of the sulfuric acid. Decomposition of the sulfuric acid. So this is called half reaction. So here one reaction is occurring this way, another reaction is occurring this way. Completely a reaction only occurring inside the cell. Half of the reaction is this way, half of the reaction is this way. Because of that, this is called half reaction. Half reaction. Half of the complete process of the reaction in the cell. This is another half reaction. I have taken one half reaction as equation 1, the other half reaction as equation 2. Then we'll add 1 and 2. If you add 1 and 2, what will happen? See, in the 1, zinc is there. Here 2H plus 2 electrons are there. 2H plus 2 electrons are there. Right, electrons are minus. Then you can write, when you add the left hand side, Zn plus 2H plus 2 electrons. Then at the right hand side. When you at the right hand side, here Zn2 plus 2 electron H2. We are adding 1 and 2. Then in the right hand side, Zn2 plus 2 electrons and H2. These only found in the right hand side. So when you add both half reactions, then we are getting this way. Then see, this look like an equation. So we can do the same thing either side. See, this side 2 electrons are there, that side also 2 electrons are there. So we'll cancel those 2 electrons. Then what is the remainder here? Zn plus 2H plus. What is the remainder there? Zn2 plus NH2. When you add these two reactions, we are getting this reaction. Here zinc atom and hydrogen ions are there. There it is getting changed. Zinc becomes into iron, that becomes into atom. Right? Here this one is atom, no charge. When there's a charge only called ion. So zinc atom and iron are there. Here atom becomes into iron, iron becomes into atom. Getting changed. So this is called balanced ionic reaction. So this reaction is called balanced ionic reaction. Balanced ionic reaction. Okay, then copy down these reactions. This I'll write third reaction. So first reaction shows what is happening in the zinc rod. Second reaction shows what is happening in the hydrogen atom. So here zinc put out 2 electrons and becomes into Zn2 plus. Here hydrogen formed by the sulfuric acid get 2 electrons and this one gives out 2 electrons now. Those 2 electrons only gained by this and becomes into H2. These are called half reaction. When we add these two half reaction, then we are getting a full reaction. That is only balanced ionic reaction. Balanced ionic reaction because ions are there. So I take this balanced ionic reaction. Zn plus 2H plus. Then that side Zn2 plus H2. Right? So this is the ionic balance reaction. Zn2 plus H2. And write the H2 little away. Now here we have used all the ion given out by these reactions. Zn2 plus we have used. So H plus we have used. Then another ion is remaining. What is that? That is only sulfate. So SO4 2 minus we didn't use. So in the solution, SO4 2 minus will be there. So we are not using SO4 2 minus in this reaction. SO4 2 minus won't react here. I'll add the SO4 2 minus either sides of the equation. SO4 2 minus, SO4 2 minus. We can add the same thing either sides of the equation. Add SO4 2 minus for both sides. Add SO4 2 minus for both sides. Then you are getting like this. Now see what is happening. Then this Zn is there. 2H plus SO4 2 minus. When they join only H2SO4. H2SO4. Here Zn SO4. 2 plus 2 minus. When they join only Zn SO4 plus H2. H2 is the gas. So this only finally we are getting. This is the summary. Actually what is happening? We are putting zinc rod to H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Then the zinc reacts with sulfate and becomes into zinc sulfate. Then hydrogen becomes into hydrogen gas. A normal chemical reaction only occurring. While we are seeing deeply only, it is occurring like this step by step. Two half reaction and a balanced ionic reaction. These are occurring when we see deeply one by one. But really what is happening? We are taking these two chemicals, zinc and sulfuric acid. Those two are reacting and forming zinc sulfate and hydrogen. So this is called overall reaction. So write this overall reaction. Or we are saying balanced chemical equation. this balanced ionic equation, this balanced chemical equation. Then these are the reactions occurring here. Then what is the connection between this reaction and our heading? Our heading is cell, no? I have explained this reaction, no? Then you will think, what is the connection between this? Right? Now I told electricity means the charges should be flow from one place to another place. Here you can see the zinc rod form the negative charges. Hydrogen is accepting that charges. Zinc is forming the charges. Hydrogen is accepting the charges. So here charges are moving. But here both are closer to each other. Because of that, we are not using that moment. We are not using that moment of the charges. When you keep the zinc rod and hydrogen away from each other, when you keep the zinc rod and hydrogen away from each other, then the electrons start to flow from this zinc rod to hydrogen. Electrons start to flow this way. Then the flow of electron only called current. Then if you keep a bulb in this line, the bulb will start to glow. Here zinc rod is supplying the electron for the hydrogen. Both are closer to each other. Right? Then when separated place, when you keep the hydrogen away from this, then there's a possibility to pass the electron from zinc to hydrogen in an external circuit. So when we pass the charges through the external circuit, then we can get the current through that. Right? So you can write, put a star mark and write, if these charges transferred through an external circuit, it originates or it generates a current flow. It generates a current flow. So if you keep these two apart from each other, then they have to pass the charge through an external medium. Then we can get the current. Then we'll see how to separate these two. Then write the activity 2. Write the activity 2. We'll take a container. and hold two different metal rods into this. I am taking one as copper, Cu. The other one as zinc. Then I am taking diluted sulfuric acid, diluted H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So two different rods are there. Diluted sulfuric acid is there. Diluted sulfuric acid. So we'll connect ammeter through the external circuit. This is the ammeter connected through the external circuit. So I told charges should be flown through the external circuit. So because of that, I have connected the ammeter for the external circuit. Then sulfuric acid is there, our zinc is there, copper is there. Then what are the reactions occurring in this? Same reactions, right? Our zinc is there. Zinc has the ability to put out two electrons and jumping into the solution as Zn2 plus. So that is the half reaction. Zinc is becoming into Zn2 plus by putting two electrons. One half reaction. Then our diluted sulfuric acid is there, H2SO4, that breaks into two and form H plus and SO4 2 minus. So 2H plus and 2H plus and SO4 2 minus. Then this H plus is there. H plus need electron. Now H plus comes closer to Cu, right, and taking the electron from Cu. Then H plus is taking one electron from the Cu and becomes into H. Electron is minus, because of that minus and plus get cancelled. Then if there are two H plus, they are getting two electrons and becoming into H2. This is the second half reaction. Right? So second half reaction. So zinc put out electrons into this and becomes into Zn2 plus. Then hydrogen gets the electron from this and becomes into hydrogen gas. Two hydrogen plus are getting the electron and they are joining and becoming into hydrogen gas, H2. So these are the two half reactions that are occurring in this. So then when you add 1 and 2, what will happen? So 1 plus 2. While adding two half reactions, Zn 2H plus 2 electron. So Zn plus 2H plus 2 electrons. Then that side, Zn2 plus 2 electrons, then H2. Then if you cancel the 2 electron either side, Zn plus 2H plus becomes into Zn2 plus H2. Right? So really we have to show the physical state, the solid gas like this. Right? Now I didn't show you because to understand the principle, right, later you can put that. Right, now I try to explain what is happening in this matter. Later you can put the state solid or gas for each chemical. So Zn plus 2H plus, that becomes into Zn2 plus H2. See here Zn atom, they are ion. Here is H plus ion, they are, that becomes into atom and molecule. That means atom and ion are getting exchange. So this is the balance ionic equation. Valence ionic equation. So this reaction is occurring. Valence ionic equation is occurring. Then see, zinc put out electron into this. Because of that, electron concentration increases in this. Copper supplies the electron for this. Then electron concentration decreases in the copper. So here electron concentration decreases. Here electron concentration increases. Because of that, electrons start to flow from high concentration to low concentration. Hello? Okay, I told that there are more electrons in this. Electron concentration is high and electron concentration is low here. So because of that, electrons start to flow from this side to that side. Electron can flow this way only through the external circuit. Then electron is flowing this way. Then flow of charges only called current. No? Then electron is flowing this way. Then ammeter shows a reading. So there's a current. Current is the direction of the positive charges, opposite to the electron, negative charges. Then electrons are flowing from zinc rod to copper rod. That means zinc rod is evolving electron, giving out electron. Copper is accepting the electron. Right? Zinc is giving out electron, so electrons are coming this way and settle into the copper. Then the process of giving out electron is called oxidation. We are using a word oxidation. What is oxidation? The process of giving out electrons. So it is occurring here. Oxidation. The point where oxidation occurs is called anode. The oxidation is occurring. Because of that, it is called anode. This is only anode. The process where electron accepted is occurring. So, which one accept the electron? That is called reduction. So, that is called reduction. Here, this one only accepting the electron. So, reduction is occurring in the copper. So the point where reduction occurs is called cathode. So this only cathode. This only cathode. Right? So oxidation means the process of giving out electron. Reduction means the process of accepting electron. Where oxidation occurs, that is called anode. Where reduction occurs, that is called cathode. So here, anode is the zinc, cathode is the copper. Electrons are flowing this way. Current is opposite to the flow of electron. then electron flow this way means the direction of the current is this way. Current I put I, current is this way. Current is flowing from positive to negative. Then this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. So in the cell, anode is the negative terminal. Negative terminal only anode in the cell. Positive terminal is the cathode. Normally in the other activities we are saying anode is plus, cathode is minus. No, here opposite. So positive terminal only cathode, negative terminal only anode. So copy these equations and write. Due to these reactions, electron concentration increases in zinc and decreases in copper. Due to these reactions, electron concentration increases in zinc and decreases in copper. Then the electrons start to flow. Electrons start to flow from zinc to copper. Electrons start to flow from zinc to copper. It generates a flow of current. Then direction of the current is opposite to the direction of electrons. So current flows from copper to zinc. Current flow from copper to zinc. Yeah, this one is the overall reaction. So overall cell reaction. This is called overall cell reaction. Shall I clean this? Then write oxidation. Oxidation means the process of giving out electrons. It occurs in zinc rod. Then anode. What is anode? The point where oxidation occurs. The place where oxidation occurs. So here anode is zinc. Then reduction. Reduction is opposite to this. The process of accepting electron only reduction. The process of accepting electrons is only reduction. So it occurs in copper rod. Then that is only called cathode. Cathode. The place where reduction occurs. The place where reduction occurs is called cathode. So here cathode is copper. Here cathode is copper. And another 2 point I told, anode is negative terminal, cathode is positive terminal in cells. Anode is negative terminal, cathode is positive terminal. So say we have taken diluted sulfuric acid and two different rods, zinc and copper. Then zinc is giving out electrons to zinc rod, then the electron concentration increases. Copper loses the electron, then the electron concentration decreases. Then the electrons start to flow from zinc to copper through the external circuit. It can't flow internally. Can flow only by the external circuit. Then we are getting a current flow. So this current flow is occurring because of the chemical reaction. That's what we get the name as electrochemical cell. Then two half reactions can be written. What is happening in the zinc rod, what is happening in the copper rod. When we add both half reactions, we are getting the balanced chemical ionic equation. That is only overall reaction here. Then here, the one giving out electron, one accepting electron. According to that, oxidation, anode, reduction, cathode. So keep in memory, anode is negative, cathode is positive in the cell. Normally we are thinking anode means plus, cathode means minus, no, the opposite. Okay, so it is an important part, right? Some other cells also there, will continue that. So try to understand this, right? Well, also I will put this video in YouTube. So if you want to see again, so download it and see and try to understand this and attend to the next class. Then only it will be useful. Okay, so goodbye.